This is Moonstalker at that place for walkthroughs with Tinuvial of Dragon Age Origins.
Something on your mind?
I have some questions.
Of course.
What was it like to be a Grey Warden with all the others?
I didn't know them for very long. But I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you? They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family, since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time... Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know.
Weren't there any women?
Not as Grey Wardens. Not while I was there. I saw pictures of some, though none of them were as pretty as you are. There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name? Gregor... He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table.
Sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Sometimes. We were kin of a sort. All of us had gone through the joining, so we knew... Well, anyhow, it doesn't have to be deadly serious all the time. Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly... Until...
I'm sorry. This must be hard for you, Alistair.
Yes, I suppose so. I thought I was done with this, but it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. That must sound really stupid to you.
Not at all.
I just would have liked something of his to take with me, that's all. Well, there's no use in moaning about it, is there? He's gone. Let's just go.
What is your desire?
Care to answer some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
You did quite well, no doubt.
Within the Crows, I did. But it has been something the Crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
That sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we? Hmm?
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Starting to slow down a little, are we?
I'm just feeling a little weary is all. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
There's still some life in those old bones, I bet.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time. But there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Hey, I'm sure you'd be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't.
Stop wasting time, Warden. I'm not here to chat.
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
Of course I am, but we should probably move on.
Huh.
Yes.
Indeed. Going.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
Are you asking me to find your mule?
Oh, no. I sent my elf to do that.
Your
I
elf.
sent my helper, Taran. Nice fellow, that, Taran. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
A merchant? Out here?
I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out?
What do you need?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
How much do you want for it?
Nothing. I just don't want to have to lug around something that might be taken for a gemstone by some bandit. To be honest, I don't even know if it'll be useful to you. I paid too much to simply throw it away.
Yeah, I think I could use it.
Just as well. You'll find the golem in a village named Honleath, in the hinterlands. Here, I'll mark it on your map. I've heard it might be dangerous there with all the Darkspawn about, but I'll wager that's not an issue for someone like you. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
Sounds good.
Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
As you wish.
Nice.
Ah, a fellow traveler of the fair lands. Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumored to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
Not so strange. I've got 5 copies.
Ah, will the wonders of this all too small a land never cease? Well, they will for you. Get them!
Let's wipe them out quickly.
Ooh, now the fire. I still remember my first battle.
Let's see what your innards look like.
Now we play a little. No mercy.
That was fun.
Going. Huh. And I'm off. Huh.
At your service.
Oh, right. Oh, right.
Oh, here we go.
What's some one-forge human village doing with a golem that fine?
Duel of Gar. Either the rod is not working or the word is incorrect. Quest updated. Find out why it's not working.
Going. And I'm off.
Ah, Morrigan. Leveled up. Hmm.
To the shadows with me. Have at you then. Oh, so much better than that. Let's do this, shall we? Huh. Oh, right. Huh. And I'm off.
Willem's Special Brew.
Quiet now. And I'm off. Surely you're joking.
decades-old letter. Glowing crystal. Large, brilliant natural crystal.
By the Maker, we're saved!
You weren't sent by the ban, were you? To save us?
I doubt anyone thought you were still alive.
I suppose I should be grateful that someone came at all, then. Thank you.
You're
but
welcome.
If you weren't sent by someone, why are you here? If you don't mind me asking.
I bought a control rod for a golem outside, but it doesn't work.
A control rod? Do you mean the one for Shale? That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance!
So you're saying the golem's defective?
How should I know? It must be. My father was its master, and it still killed him. Surely that's not normal behavior. My father's name was Wilhelm, mage to the Arls of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais, and what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and Shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake Shale up, well, it's yours now.
Well, then I should go.
Wait! I need your help. I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
Why didn't you go after her? What killed this man who went after her?
There are defenses my father put down here to keep strangers out. I knew about the barrier. I had the key for that, but the rest of it, well, we never came down here. Ever.
I'll see if I can find her.
You will? Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
Yes.
It sounds like spirits.
All right.
Dust Wraith. Harvest Festival Ring. +2 to strength and dexterity and +4 to attack. Might be useful. Book.
Going.
The Journal of Enchanter Wilhelm. Small brilliant fire crystal. Small brilliant ice crystal.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Oh, look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
I'm not here to play games.
Oh well. I suppose Kitty and I will just have fun on our own till someone more interesting comes along. Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
Sure, let's leave. You can bring Kitty.
I can't go. Kitty says she can't come, and I'm not leaving her. She'd be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
That's not really a cat, is it?
Of course she's a cat. She just talks, that's all.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
Right. What are you really?
I am a cat, really. Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger.
Wow. A stranger who finds you very interesting.
Oh, did you hear that, Amalia? I have another admirer.
That's because you're wonderful, Kitty.
I have been bound to this chamber for decades, cut off from all contact. It has been maddening.
Aww.
Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
Don't you think he'll notice something out of place?
Mortals often allow themselves to be blinded by hope. They see what they wish to see. If the father hopes to see his Amalia alive and unharmed, perhaps he will.
Persuade. Lie. I'll free you, and you can have the girl.
Thank you. You are very gracious. The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting! Kitty is going to be free! I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty.
And I'm off. Oh, right.
I like it when Kitty sings to me. Father doesn't like cats, but he never met Kitty.
Going.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
Going. Yes.
Kitty is my best friend.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Going.
I was thinking about the sun, silly.
And I'm off. Going. Huh. Oh, right. Going.
Tell me a story.
Oh, right. And I'm off. And I'm off.
Oh, it's a flower. Is it a daffodil? I like daffodils.
And I'm off.
Yes. I can feel the magic fading. Oh, I had forgotten how it feels not to be caged.
Kitty? What's happening?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us.
I said I'd free you. I didn't say I'd let you live.
Betrayal! You will not take the girl. She is mine!
Kitty! You're scaring me! I won't let you inside me! I won't!
Now look what you did. You scared a little blonde kid. That's just mean.
Saving the day. Wants to fight.
Kitty!
Going.
No, Kitty. Let's see. Helm of Honleath. Hey, she's strong enough to use it. What do you know? And it is a good helmet. +2 to all attributes and +3 to armor. Wow. Look at that. Okay. She'll wear it once in a while.
Look over there. Back. Cannot be defeated. Yes. Let's do this quickly, shall we? Another point for me. Going.
You did it! You freed her! Thank you so much!
I'm sorry I ran away, Daddy. I was so scared.
It's all right, Butterfly. You're safe now. All the bad creatures are gone. You'll need a phrase to activate Shale. It's Doolan Han. I wouldn't want the thing, but it's obvious you can handle yourself just fine. Now we should go, and quickly. Thank you again. We owe you our lives.
Hey, he gave Tinuvial a little tip, 50 silvers. That's nice. Dulenharn.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
Hello to you too.
I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
Then one wonders that you wouldn't be grateful to the one who allowed you to stretch your legs, Golem.
Another mage, I see. Charming. I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
No, not all of them.
Some got away, then. How unfortunate.
You didn't care for them, I take it.
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace.
Do you have a name?
Perhaps. I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Golem. Golem, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Golem and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Golem, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
It certainly does, right in its hand.
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
Throw Ogren as far as you possibly can.
Hey, no dwarf tossing. And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken?
Can it be fixed?
I don't know. I thought the rod simply was. It certainly worked well enough to reanimate me. I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
I don't intend to do anything with you now.
Ah, how unexpected. Yet refreshing. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
Well, you're welcome to come with me.
A golem, huh? I guess there are worse things to have following you around than a giant boulder with fists. I will follow it about, then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I am Tinuvial. Pleased to meet you.
This should be interesting.
Braska.
Yes.
All right, let's go. What the?
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Let's see your wares, Bodan.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Nice dagger. No, it's just hard to beat these. Gotta stick with them.
By my ancestors, this is a wonderful gift!
Ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny.
Unexpected. Thank you.
You're welcome, Stan.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
You have excellent taste.
Alistair likes carvings.
Is that for me? Really? Wow!
A generous gift. Thank you ever so much.
You're welcome.
That looks fine indeed.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? But when I spoke of it to you, I did not truly hope... This is a most fortuitous event. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
What do you hope to find within it?
Secrets. My mother has many of them, and this tome represents the one time that they were able to get away from her. I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
That looks fine indeed. That looks fine indeed. That looks fine indeed. That looks fine indeed.
A generous gift. Thank you ever so much. Oh, marvelous. Oh, marvelous.
That looks fine indeed.
Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed.
Enchantment?
Want some enchanting then?
Enchantment!
and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along. I'm sure.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Why do you ask?
You are younger than I, and your nerves yet have some steel in them. Did you feel any fear facing the abominations?
No, they die same as anything, if you poke them hard enough.
The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Yeah. Seeing the monster you could be would be unsettling.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
What, you have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, then one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
Certainly.
What is your desire?
Care to answer some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared, the authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses, even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
No, you're probably right.
I often find myself the instrument of fate, ending these lives for one necessity or another. I console myself with the notion that most of them had it coming. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Handsome elf like you, I can think of a few things.
I mean professionally. Or maybe you mean professionally as well. Perhaps you intend to peddle my services to bored Ferelden noblewomen. It is an interesting thought, but I've always removed my clothes strictly on an amateur basis. A talented amateur, of course, but an amateur nonetheless. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by Darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them. You look so tired, my dear. It is all this constant walking and fighting. I think I know what you need.
A horse?
A little late for that, I should think. My thought is this. We retire to your tent, and I show you the sort of massage skills that one only learns growing up in an Antivan whorehouse.
That sounds good to me.
A willing victim it is. And if I might ask, if the opportunity to proceed past the massage should present itself...
I'm sure I'll think of something.
Then why are we still talking? See? I knew this would happen eventually. I should have warned you right from the moment you refused to kill me. It was inevitable.
Here I thought I seduced you.
Oh, why aren't you the saucy little minx then? I've been used and I wasn't even aware of it. A masterpiece. So then, as the priestess so famously said to the handsome actor, what now?
Now we go on as before.
Why should anything change? Allow me to make it simple for you, my Grey Warden. What comes next is entirely up to you. I was raised to take my pleasures where they could be found, for they do not come very often. I shall ask nothing more of you than you are willing to give.
That sounds fine by me.
I must admit, we have come very far from those early days when I tried to kill you and you decided not to kill me. Fate is such a tricky whore, isn't she? At any rate, we should be on our way. A new day awaits us, or so the rumor goes.
I need to know what's going on between you and Zevran. You said what happened between you two was nothing, but it's gone further, hasn't it? I've seen the knowing glances he shoots at you. What's all that about? I don't know if I can trust you, if I can trust the things you've said to me. What am I to you?
I care for you deeply, Liliana.
And Zevran? What's he to you? You're very special to me. But if you don't feel the same, please tell me now.
It's been fun, but I'm going with Zevran.
I see. That's your choice then. I understand. Excuse me. I have to be alone for a while.
Okay, I'm going to reload because I goofed up there. I should have said something differently. Basically, it'd be the same conversation with one exception.
I need to know what's going on between you and Zevran. You said what happened between you two was nothing, but it's gone further, hasn't it? I've seen the knowing glances he shoots at you. What's all that about? I don't know if I can trust you, if I can trust the things you've said to me. What am I to you?
You're going to make me choose, aren't you?
Is that so wrong? I just want to know where I stand. You're very special to me. But if you don't feel the same, please tell me now.
Huh. It's been fun, but I'm going with Zevran. I guess, I must have done something wrong.
I see. That's your choice, then. I understand. Excuse me. I have to be alone for a while. He is quite a character, your Zevran, no?
Zevran is not mine by any stretch of the imagination.
He owes you his life. That debt alone makes him beholden to you. And that's saying nothing of your, entanglements.
He's not my open slave or anything, so don't get ideas.
He seems to seek pleasure above all things. But there is more to him, isn't there? He is more complex than he lets on.
Have you been watching him?
Yes. I mean, no. Well, not in that way, anyway. I feel that it is in my interest to study those I travel with. And Zevran deserves special scrutiny, seeing that he tried to kill you. But it seems you trust him, judging from your closeness. If you do, then I do too. You haven't led us astray yet. That aside, you do have good taste. He's an attractive one.
I'm sure he would be opposed to you joining in the fun.
That's an interesting idea. I'll have to think about that.
You wish to talk? Ah, good. I have a question for you. How well versed are you in poetry? Antivan poetry, specifically.
I know nothing about poetry.
Trust me, you'll know even less once I tell you this. It was recited to me, as I recall, by a rather wealthy target of mine. Let's see. The symphony I see in thee, it whispers songs to me. Songs of hot breath upon my neck. Songs of soft sighs by my head. Songs of nails upon my back. Songs of thee come to my bed.
Oh, Maker.
Oh, I know. I couldn't believe that she thought this would actually convince me to spare her. I had sex with her anyway, but that goes without saying. She still had to die. The poem was amusing at the time, however, and thus I've always remembered it.
So you thought to seduce me with it?
Now that is a thought, isn't it? Would it work?
Don't, It might.
I'll have to keep that in mind. Personally, my preferred methods of seduction are a bit more tactile. Here I thought you might be cheered up by some naughty poetry. You simply look so unhappy. Such an unflattering expression for such a lovely face.
You think I'm lovely, do you?
Ah, who wouldn't? You're the kind of woman that stokes the lust in men and other women alike. Surely you know this and are playing with me. Me, I tend to make the best of whatever situation I find myself in, stealing what moments I can. It's served me well most days. You might learn to do the same.
I'll keep that in mind.
Or you could ignore my advice, considering where my brilliance has gotten me. Enough poetry, I think. The time has come for traveling and the murdering of villains and whatever else passes for adventuring these days.
I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you?
We need to talk.
Of course.
Are you feeling better about what happened with Marjolaine?
Yes, a little better. Time heals all wounds, so they say. Scars remain, but they are just colors in the painting that is my life, no?
They add to the complexity and beauty of the piece.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. I wish things had happened differently, but knowing her and knowing me, I don't think it could have. We had good times, though, and I look back on those fondly. Whatever happened after will never change the truth of the past.
She was special to you, wasn't she?
Yes, once, a long time ago. She was a worldly woman and there was so much she knew and was willing to share with me. I would have done anything for her once.
She didn't deserve you.
She used to be different. Happier, I think. She loved music and had a weakness for sugary cakes. Maybe she was always lying about who she was. Or maybe she changed over the years.
Am I anything like her?
You are how she used to be years ago. A joy to be around, a constant companion and a listening ear in times of need.
I can only hope to one day be as special as she was to you.
My dearest one, I think that day has already come and gone. I have never regretted leaving Orlais. I do not regret any of the pain, the anger, the loneliness, because it brought me to you. And I love you. It's so wonderful to say that to someone again. But people are starting to look at me strangely. We will speak of this again, I promise. I'm here for you. Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much. Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
Let's go to bed.
I thought you'd never ask.
Yep, she doesn't want to pick between the two of them, so she's going to have both. She cares for them both deeply. Well, this is Moonstalker at that place for walkthroughs with Tinuvial of Dragon Age Origins. Catch you on the flip side.